You black. You ain't never been part of this. That part. You ain't never been part of it. When? When have you been a part of it? Oh, working in the military? That's when you've been a part of it. Working as police, that's when you've been a part of it. How about working in the government? When you been really a part of that part? That's a 7. Oh, so you ain't never really been a part of the government or the government decisions, now have you? Not really. Not really. Let's keep it 100. Not really, right? So all you've been is workers, whether it's been in the military or whether it's been police, whether it's been firemen or fire chiefs, you just been workers. That's all you've been this whole time. So one would conclude if you have just been workers, then it ain't never been you that's made American mistakes. That's a 7. It ain't never been you that has made American mistakes. You got that part? So ain't nothing gonna change. You sitting up crying to me. I don't know why you're crying to me. Look, you've always been a part of America's repercussions all this whole time. Now you want to say, well, you want to come to me and say, well, we wasn't part of that. But you're a part of unfortunately, you're a part of America's mistakes. You're going to suffer, okay? Because you see, you needed to be diligent about who you put in office. You needed to be diligent about what they doing. You need to be diligent about every action and everything they doing. After all, you put them in office, you should have them under surveillance. Hey, they're in a position. They're a leader in your country. You're in a position. That position should be put under surveillance. Yeah, that's right. You want to step in here? You're under surveillance, big baby. You think you're gonna be kicking back, doing stuff, chilling, eating McDonald's and cooling? You tripping. And that's where they got you at. You start trying to make your presidents cool after Obama. No disrespect to him. And that's why you put Donald Trump in office. You try to match the cool of Obama. Just my opinion. Maybe it's not true or not. But look, let's put it like this. At the end of the day, you got kind of weird with who you put in office after Obama. No disrespect to Obama. So I don't know if you was, in other words, I don't know if you was trying to be innovative and appealing, culturally speaking, because Donald Trump is part of the culture. Everyone knows who he is. He's in a million rap songs. For all these people that don't know, for black people that don't know, Donald Trump's name is in a million black songs. Rap songs, yeah. And there was even a rap song about Donald Trump before he got in office. Go look it up. Okay? Okay, so y'all got kind of glitzy and shiny suit about who you tried to put in office. And that's why you got the situation you got. You need a no bull kind of a leader. Even if you don't like them, they handling business, And if you work for a good manager, hey, everybody ain't gonna. A good manager, everybody do not like, because you ain't gonna have no room to play no games. You ain't gonna have no room to do all that foolishness. The only people that don't like good managers is people that want to play games. They want to horseplay on the job. If you're a hard worker, you have no problem with a good manager. You have no problem with a stern manager that wants everything done right. You want a cool manager. That's what you want. That's a 7. You want a cool president to let you get away with stuff. Let you do what you want to do. Well, under the Trump administration, they passed a law that allows adults to marry children at any age. Yeah, you wanted a cool manager. Well, he knew about it, whether he passed the law or not. Oh, so laws they go through, and Donald Trump didn't know nothing about it. That's your alibi. You sticking to that. That's your story. You sticking to that. That Donald Trump was totally oblivious that the American government, July 1st, 2019, passed a law that allowed adults to marry children at any age under his administration, not the Clinton administration. Not them. under the Trump's administration. Oh, I know. You thought you was done with Trump. Oh, wait till your country finds out this part. Oh, you should have knew more was coming. He's a big stinky elephant. Can't you tell? Oh, you thought that was the end. You should have knew better than that. You could tell by his personality. All the stuff he was gonna allow and do and everything. See, you're not diligent about who you put in office. You're not diligent about Donald Trump was known. He was known. You had no reason to put him in there. The only thing I thought about, I still didn't vote for him, was that he had some type of financial background and maybe he could use that for the government. Maybe that's what people was thinking. I was thinking that. But other than that, he's never said anything profound. He's never said anything noteworthy. You ever heard him say anything noteworthy? You didn't, did you? So what made you put him in office? Oh, he's a financial mogul? You know, that's a whole different ball game for being a president, right? With military and all kind of wars going on, right? A financial mogul might not be able to fight a war, buddy. Okay? No disrespect to Susie Orman, but Susie Orman might not be able to fight a war. You put him in there based on his financial savviness, which is not the qualification for the commander-in-chief. Just like I said, Susie Orman, financial woman, brilliant. But she might not be able to run the White House. Okay? Bill Gates got a lot of money to prove that he knows something. He's always saying little ideas and things. But that's no proof he can run the White House. Donald Trump, you've seen him everywhere. They say he was never really a financial mogul, but at least you thought it. But that didn't mean he could run the White House. And now you see, and now you know. So you're just a part of ongoing mistakes. And now you want to come to me, and I guess maybe because I'm spiritual, you want to try to plead your case to me. I don't see why. You've been a part of American mistakes and repercussions all along. This ain't nothing new. This is not nothing new. If you've been here, you've been a part of this foolishness the whole time. And what comes with it, you've been a part of that. Okay? The whole time. Now you want to get to this part and talk about, well, it ain't all of us. Well, unfortunately, as I explained to smart people, it's never going to take literally everyone, 333 million people. It's never going to take that. It's never going to be that situation. For judgments to come on your country. You think God is going to wait till he's tallying off like tallies, you know what I'm saying? Tallying off 333 million. You think that's what God gonna do? You think he's gonna wait till literally every citizen in this country is involved in evil before he holds back his wrath? Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. We in the real world. You have this idea of what should happen. I'm showing you how it goes. You have this idea of what should happen. And I'm showing you how it goes. God is not going to wait till it's 333 million Americans doing something evil before he brings judgment. You should do better than that. But you don't, do you? You want me to tell you why you don't? How many times, what number is it going to take? Have you ever thought about this? How many people are going to have to get shot down by the police before you call for it all to be reformed? You're going to wait for 333 million people to get shot by the police? This is an example. This is an example. This is an example. How long you going to wait? You're going to wait to how many people get killed by the police before you ask for it all to be cleaned out and started over? Don't matter what the society, we'll have to let the military step in until you form a new police institution. That's a 7. That's a 7. Hey, I'm sorry. This is part of America's mistakes once again. You're suffering as a result of America's mistakes once again. Okay? So my question again is, how many people are going to have to get shot by the police for you to clean house? It's got to be a specific number, or we ain't going to have nobody. You going to wait till they kill how many? 333 million? No, you would not wait that long. So why you expect God to wait when it comes to the evil that you're doing in your country? You expect him to wait for 333 million. But if the police were shooting down people like it ain't nothing, what would you do? You would wait for 333 million people to be dead? You say, well, we can't do it yet because it ain't everybody. We can't attack yet because it's not everybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait till we get to millions and millions of people shot by the police, and then we're going to intervene. You're not going to wait that long. You're not going to wait that long. So why you expect God to wait that long? You're trying to act like God is unjust. Would you wait? Would you wait till all these police start killing hundreds of millions of people? No, I'm just making an example. Would you wait? No, you would not. It would be a specific number that you would come to, and I guarantee you it would not be the full American population before you respond to the evil that's done here by the police. You ain't gonna wait till it's everybody. It ain't gonna take everybody, in other words. It's not gonna take everybody, every police, for you to disarm the police institution in America. It ain't gonna take all the police. It just take a certain number, a certain amount of evil being done, and it's over for them. The whole institution has to come out, and the American government has to put the military in. Meanwhile, while they form a whole new police force. You have to totally clean house. The institution has to expire totally. Meanwhile, the military gets put in place. That'll clean some of this foolishness up out here anyway. Some of these crazy people pushing people on the train tracks here in New York. Yeah, put the military out there. They'll shoot you in your head before you get it done. And if you do push the person on the track, you getting shot in your head after that. They ain't taking you to jail, taking you to hell. Look, your country ain't gonna be nothing with these docile people in office. These docile people, whether it's easy on the black people, all this gang banging, something need to be done about it. And my solution is 20 years or better. If you involved in a gang banging incident, if you're involved in a gang banging incident, I don't care who you are. You can be a rapper. I don't care who you are. If you could be a famous rapper. If you are involved with any type of 187s that where kids are shot through walls and all that kind of stuff, you're getting 20 years without a chance of parole. You're getting 20 years without a chance of parole. No chance of it. None at all. And this is the only way your streets is going to be cleaned up. You keep trying that docile, passive approach, you ain't going to get no results. You tell these people, you go out here and kill one of these kids, shooting through these walls and shooting through stuff, and they die because you think you want to be bad. You don't smoke so much weed, you think you Superman. You smoking that high grade and you think you somebody you not. So guess what we gonna do? We gonna set you down for 20 years. Let you think about life. At least you alive. At least we ain't kill you. Should have killed you. Should have gave you the death penalty for doing that. Killing these kids out here. Hey, you took a life. Why not yours be taken? So you should be grateful that you getting 20 years. Glad you ain't dead for killing a kid. How about that part? instead of worrying about your rights and freedom, worrying about the rights and freedom of some idiot that killed kids. That's what you do. That's what y'all do. I'm not worried about the rights of somebody that done killed some kids. Physically speaking, going out here and shooting all around. I'm not worried about their rights. Like I said, they should be dead. While you sitting up talking about finding a pedophile. You got people out here that done kill kids. And you ain't done nothing to them. Unfortunately, we've come to this part of the show where you lose. The only way you're going to survive is if you understand that you must separate from this system. You given the opportunity. This is what you got to do. If you do not do this, you will not have no future. I'm telling you right now, they got 44 states marrying children. What future are you looking forward to? They just passed laws under Trump's administration that allows adults to marry children. A new law under Trump's administration. Whether he passed it or not, I do not care. I know he saw the law. He had to. Come on now. Are we going to live in a fairy world or are we going to live in the real world? The president at least got an email or a memo of a new law being passed, and this law specifically being passed, July 1st, 2019. He got some kind of memo or email. That's a fact. So Donald Trump laid eyes on this law. If it couldn't get any worse with this guy, if it couldn't get any worse, he laid eyes on the law July 1st, 2019, allowing adults to marry children at any age. How you telling me I ain't winning? How you telling me I'm not winning? This is facts. By the way, not conspiracy. I didn't make up no conspiracy. This is facts. Yeah. Separate me from the conspiracy theory guys. I'm not one of them. This is facts. And if God knows it's facts, I don't need, guess what? As far as I go, I don't even need a following. Why I need a following? As long as God knows and sees this is the truth, y'all in trouble. That very trouble you're trying to pacify through telling me it's not everybody. You're not going to pacify this situation telling me that. It doesn't need to be everybody. I'm a very smart, educated man. It don't need to be everybody in order for God's wrath to come on your country. That's a 7. You need to hear it just like that. It does not take every citizen here to do evil for God to destroy this country. Do you understand that? It doesn't take everybody. It's never going to take everybody for God to destroy a country. He's done it before. Go look in the Bible. God destroys a whole nation. Oh, I know you didn't think it could be done. He did it before. And you're almost, well, you're there. You're in need of a whole new system. I'm trying to tell you. And I'm no antichrist, and I'm no prophet for the antichrist. I'm none of that. I'm telling you, you need a whole new system in order to survive. You got 44 states marrying children. Donald Trump just allowed a law to go through. You know he saw it. The president ain't got nothing else to do with his time, really, but focus on the laws and the systems of the country. So you don't think he saw it based on that? That's his position, to look and monitor these things and talk, Nah, he saw it for sure. He saw it for sure. He saw it for sure. And his staff saw it too. His administration saw it too. It's not cool, man. I don't care if you don't like kids or not. I'm not asking you to like kids. Long as you don't physically go harming them. You may not just have, let's put it like this. You might not just have a liking or, a liking. You might not have a fondness, a preference. That's the word I wanted to use. You might not have a preference for children. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like being around children, they aggravate you. Hey, that's who you are as a person. I can't tell you to be I'm not saying that's wrong necessarily. Some people have a preference, don't like being around old people. They think they know everything. They think they want to tell you everything they know. Which one is it? They either want to tell you everything to do in your life, or they want to tell you all their stories. Which one? Maybe you don't like that. Maybe that doesn't appeal to you. Maybe you don't have a preference for it. I'm not asking you to have a preference for children. I'm asking you to see that these people are harming humanity. That's besides the age of the human. They putting the human beings in a place, in the place in their life where their children, where they're totally vulnerable. This is what I'm trying to show you. This is the nucleus of it. They're totally vulnerable human beings being used for nothing but sexual pleasure. And then they want to tell you about your sexual pleasure and if it's pure or not. This ends, man. This ends. They've done all that they could possibly do. And it's coming to an end, whether you like it or not. They've killed African Americans. They killed enough African Americans to be dead already. Right or wrong? For all you black people, you need to look at it that way. They done killed enough slaves and African Americans and had a system against Africans so long they deserve to be dead already. What else you want to talk about? Look at it that way. They should have been dead a long time ago. Just be glad you got this far. Yeah. And you're just another product of a bad you're experiencing the products of bad American decisions. You know, all these people out here, racist people out here. It's no reason for this to go on. You need a new system. You got people killing, black people killing the kids and killing everybody. They hollering racism and killing each other at the same time. I know you desensitized to it. You done got desensitized. Look up the word desensitized. When you know what it means? You've become callous, basically. You've become callous to the fact that black people kill each other. Oh, okay. You don't want to have the conversation. Yeah. How you feel about that cancel culture? All the African American cancel culture. Won't you, if you're so busy being a gatekeeper for protecting black people's image or black people's rights, won't you check the people that's killing you the most, which is yourself? Yeah, you ain't got no cancel culture on that, do you? You ain't canceling that part, are you? Well, don't look like you're canceling it. And you could be influencing it for it to change, but you're not doing it, are you? Yeah, you ain't doing nothing about that. So you another Black Lives Matter kind of people. Well, you sit back and complain about what white people doing, but you definitely ain't talking about what black people doing. So see, based on that movement like that, it couldn't make it in the future. It could not. I know you think it can, but it can't. I'm trying to show you. You're killing too many people at a rapid rate. And if you are the chosen people, you are the original man, how you think God feel about that? That's a 7. Oh, it works both ways, you know. If you are chosen people, then what you think God feel about all these African kids being killed? Oh, you forgot about that part, didn't you? You thought that was a bulletproof vest, you just being chosen. You just being the original man. You thought that was your bulletproof vest. Well, what about when you start killing them? You think you got a pass, don't you? Because you black, you think you got a pass to kill black people? I know, you thought you did, didn't you? You don't have a pass to kill black people because you black. That's a 7. You see where we at? Because you become desensitized to it all. Oh, it don't mean nothing to you. It don't mean nothing to you. Because you're being biased. That's the word. When you turn the head, not looking at your own people killing each other, but you want to talk about the police and hoop and holler on TV talking about black rights. When people just like George Floyd is being killed every day. then we have a problem. Well, you found someone that's smart enough to see that and bold enough to talk about it. Because as long as you sitting up here talking about racism and you killing each other, it's going in one ear of America and out the other. With smart people, it's going in one ear and out the other. When you sitting up killing each other and ain't talking about it. So see, you can't say it's hope there. So where else is the hope? Where else is the hope? What, Mexican people? Hispanics, Latino, how they the hope when they disengaging? When they are disengaged from our community? They only care about their community. You haven't noticed that? Well, I don't see Mexicans really worried about what black people doing. They're not really worried about what black people go through. Right or wrong, guys? Do you see the Mexicans protest when they went out there? Did you see a massive, significant amount of Mexicans that went out and protest when George Floyd got killed? Did you see it? I'm sure there were some Mexicans there, but big as the population as they are, did you see them pull up? Did you see them show up? Do you see them show up anytime black people are killed? You don't, do you? You know what that means? They're disengaged. They're not engaged in your community, so there ain't no hope with them. They just sitting here waiting to see what happens. It's too late for them to get involved. They've been sitting here too long uninvolved. And they may have thought that was the way. It is not the way. That's not the way, and you're not from here. That's a 7. Well, I don't care who you are. If you come here and live here, and even if you was born here, but you're separated from this culture, you need to know what's going on. Yeah, you can't just be here talking about my family and we gonna make it and we gonna start a new America. Man, you have no idea the wars that's going on right now. Oh, you think you do. You think you know what's going on. And see, that's your problem. So that's where you at. So ain't no hope there. So you got white people, you know where they at. They're proactive about keeping certain ethnicities under them so they can maintain a sense of superiority here in America. That's what all these wars is about. Many of them lead to the same ocean, to the same sea. All these rivers lead to the same ocean and sea, trying to keep the white superiority on top of America and other ethnicities. Okay, it leads all back to the same ocean. The ocean of white superiority over all other ethnicities here in America. Okay? So ain't no hope with them. So who else is left? The Asians, I'm part Asian myself. They're not engaging either. You don't see them out there either protesting. They protest when they get hurt. You got the Asian hate crimes. They'll protest about that. But do you see them out there when stuff happens in overall mainland America? Not really. And they're too big of a population to not be seen. That's the same thing with the Mexicans and the Latinos. You're too big of a population to not be seen. So if we don't see you, you're not there. And so now you see where you at. Sitting up talking about your family, but you're not even engaged in the real conflicts and wars that go on here. But you want to be here, but you're not involved in the wars. Well, you're involved on the bad part of it. If you are, you're involved with the bad part. Come on, man. For the most part, as a community, you're involved in the street hood politics, all that ghetto ratchet foolishness. You're involved in that part. Well, we don't see you anywhere else. You're too big to miss. You're too big of a population to miss. So if we don't see you and we don't see the Asians, then guess what that means? You're not engaged in this country as you think you are. Being a worker will not affect these situations, whether this country will live or not. You're just working here. Now you see where I'm at. That's a 7. If you're just working here and you think you're going to affect this, I'm sorry to tell you, you're not. You have to get involved in these real issues, like the real issue of 44 states marrying children, these real issues of Donald Trump giving you an intentional slow response to COVID. He intentionally did that. Many of you, whatever ethnicity you may be, many of you do not even know this. You don't know this. Huh? You don't know. Therefore, when war breaks out and destruction comes, you can't be saying, wait, I got a family. You have just become a worker among warriors. Whether that can go beyond to any ethnicity. You have to be engaging here in America. This is the problem that has been going on all along. No one wants to engage America as far as the government and what they're doing. No one wants to do it. Black people have no choice, really. We got too many injustices to sit back and do nothing. But for the other races, you can sit back and do nothing because you don't have that many injustices. That's a 7. Ow. So you have not practiced the pattern of fighting the powers that be because you ain't had no real injustices here, now have you? You haven't. And that's why you're complacent and laxed. And then now you want to pull up when it's too late. And plead your case about your family. Unfortunately, you have been unengaging. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you have 100 children. You have become unengaging and you have become nothing but a worker. Many of you. And that's beyond ethnicity. That's Americans. Many of you have become unengaging. And then you want to live when destruction comes. It don't work like that. A smart person confronts the destruction before it happens. A smart person confronts their government before destruction happens.